It's almost too late to change the trajectory of this world that we live in because it is headed in a certain direction. And what I'm sensing this morning with the video from last night, who's running the world, and we've got to find out what's happening. Yeah, we do got to find out what's happening, but I think we all know what's happening. Our world is changing. I've got to get upstairs. The energy out here, even though it's peaceful. Let me get upstairs. Hold on a second. You just wait right there because I can't think straight. Something interrupted my thinking down here. Let me turn on this light. If you're just tuning in, it's almost too late to change the trajectory that this world is headed into. There is a major shift, but I really don't believe it's the shift that most people are expecting. It's a shift that it's going to happen. It's going to happen regardless of whether you want it to happen or not. It may come across as really good, and it may literally, the shift that is coming, the trajectory that we're going in, it's going to reverse some of what has already happened on this earth. It's going to, something's interfering with my words. Just, I can't even remember my last sentence now. Okay, I better stand up. It's going to reverse some of that has been done. I shouldn't say some, a lot of things are going to be reversed, and that will be good, but there is a stipulation that is associated with it. It's going to require a whole lot of adapting, and it may not be the adapting that you want. It really, it's not going to be the adapting that you want. It's going to look really good. It is. It's going to look really good at first. Good morning. But the trajectory that we're going in, it was very dark. Okay, I'm just going to say where we're headed is very dark. But there is it's like we've come to a fork in the road, spiritually speaking. And we're not going down the original path that a lot of people saw us going down. It's literally took the fork in the road. It's going down another path that is more controllable, that will try to the other path will it will sidetrack the real bad. It's going to bring enormous change, and it's going to be, you know what just popped into my head? The phrase total recall. Total recall. And I'm not talking about the movie, but okay, there is a movie called Total Recall, but we're going to be facing a total recall. That's what's coming. A total recall of what was. They're recalling it all back in the spiritual realm. If you want to think about artificial intelligence and doing a total recall on this earth, they're doing a total recall, a total rolling back, reining in the controls, pulling in the reins on everything. It literally is, just think of something. Think of you're on the horse and you're pulling the reins, you're guiding it. Okay, this is what's happening. Humanity is truly, there is an entity, there is a main entity that is pulling the reins. Now we got a horse that's popped in. Okay, we got a horse. Okay, that's fine. There's one of the riders of the horse that has literally popped in. The apocalyptic riders. There's something on there that it is pulling the reins, and it's not going down the original path that, let's just say, the cabal, the deep state wanted us to go down. The cabal, the old guard was taking us down a very, very dark one. Now you have a rider on a horse that is pulling the reins, and we've come to the fork in the road. It's steering us off that very dark path because it got total black, total black. And now we're at a fork in the road, and it looks like there's some light that is being brought into the path that we're on. We can't change the trajectory. The rider of the horse is guiding us down there, and it's doing like it. There's like a total recall. This is just flowing in right now from the spiritual realm. It's doing a total recall of what was, and it's reversing a whole lot of stuff before it's all said and done. But as it's riding, as this rider on this horse with the controls of the rein, it's reversing a lot of the it's when it goes through with each, I guess, step that it takes, things are going to change, and they're going to change drastically, and there will be no going back. With every single trot of that horse, there'll be no going back, because it's going to change what has already happened, and there's a lot of bad things that has happened. So as it goes forward, that change, it's going to literally slam the brakes on whatever has been done. It's going to be left behind, left in the dust. It's literally, if it's going to be left in the dust, we got dust. It's going to be no more. It's going to be no more. We can't change it. It's going to look good. It's going to look good. It's going to look very pleasant. Thinking about time, we had a rider on a horse come in and straighten everything up. It's about time. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for our knight. Now we got a knight. Okay, now we've been waiting for our knight in shining armor. We had a knight on the chessboard in my vision that I saw yesterday morning when I was on the live video. It was a knight. It was a chessboard, and I saw a part of a chessboard, and there was like a pawn, and there was 2 levels up above a pawn. Someone said it was a knight. I saw a move that went diagonally on a chessboard on the good side, like the white hat's chessboard. And on the other side of the chessboard, there was only 1 row left before they reached the other side of the chessboard. The other side of the chessboard belonged to the darkness, and there were 2 whole rows where there were nothing on them. And there was the 3rd row. There was these small little chess pieces, and there was this great big chess piece, the big pointed, like a big pointed hat or something on it, and they were toward the edge of the chessboard. That was yesterday. So we have a knight on a horse, and it's taking the fork in the road. It's not going down the very dark area, but it's like a total recall is getting ready to happen. It's going to with every, this may not make sense, but I'm just trying to explain it as it's flowing, and they're changing everything. It's rearrangement. It's rearranging everything. It's a total recall. It's consolidating. It's bringing order. And it's not turning back. It will not. This rider on this horse will not go backwards. It's literally, this is a new fork that was made in the road, and it's as it walks, that fork is made, that path is made as it's going forward. It's making its own path, because nothing like this has ever been done. Nothing like this has been done. It's the rider on this horse, there's a rider on this horse. It's doing things the way it wants to do it. It's in control. There's only 1 rider on this horse, and it's totally in control. We can't change the trajectory because we don't know where it's going to lead. Only the rider on the horse knows where it is going, where it's leading that horse, where that road is going in the future. You can have a pretty good, I have a pretty good idea of where it's going, but I cannot see it completely clear. All I can see is there was a fork in the road, and this rider on a horse came. It's a knight, It's got control of the reins. There's a total recall that's happening, and every step the horse takes or something, it's like everything it passes comes to a complete halt. What used to be, it no longer continues because it's going forward. I can see I can see a dirt road. I can see a dirt road in front of this horse as it's going down this fork that it made in the road itself. It made its own fork. It's like it's on the horse. The rider's on the horse. The knight is, you can see the road behind it, how far it's gone. How far it's gone is so far. It's already on the fork of the road. I can see how far it's gone. And the other side of it, the other side of the fork in the road, just I'm gonna draw it. And this is what I'm seeing in my vision. Let me see how the road is going. The road is like this that we were on. And this road right here was literally going into the darkness. It's like total darkness. But the fork in the road has happened right here. And the rider is this far right here. And I can see dirt. And I can see, it's like trotting and everything that's, there's things that are happening with each step the horse takes. And these things are no more. They're no more. It's done away with them. But this right here, literally, it's like total darkness right here. And this rider has come and created a fork in the road. And it's blazing its own fork. And it's all dirt right up here. It's a dirt road. A dirt road. It's a powdery dirt road. But it's making a road. It's making a road. It's making a path, maybe into the desert. It's just dirt. It's all dirt. These are different videos for me. I'm just going to tell you right now. This is, if it's not in me, it's not going to come out of me. I've always said if I had to lean one way, it's always going to be to my spiritual side. When it's all said and done, I literally will lean as far over into my spiritual side as I could possibly lean in order to go forward. This is spiritual too. The rider on the horse, it's very spiritual also. But there's a total recall. There's a knight on that horse. It's got the rein. There's only one rider. And it's took us off the path that was done by the cabal. It literally was going into the darkness, utter darkness. This one right here seems to have a little bit more light, but it's a dirt road. It's a dirt road that the horse is on and the rider. And it's doing away with what used to be. It's going to mess up a lot of people's lives. A whole lot of people's lives. Just imagine you're in an organization, you're in a company or something, and you have the way, you have people doing things a certain way all these years, and it seems to be flowing somewhat, but it's corrupted. Okay, it's corrupted. You have like a hurricane coming in. And as the hurricane comes, oh, it's literally making a path of destruction. It's also like that, a path of destruction. And it's turning everything into debris to where it cannot be put back together like it was. I'm seeing that too. But we can't change this path, this trajectory that we're on. We can't change it. It's going, and there is a rider on a horse. I know it sounds strange, but there's a rider on a horse. It's probably the knight on the chessboard, because the darkness was on the other side and it was total dark. There's a diagonal move. Two places, there was a move in two places. And go watch that morning video. I think it was 20 some odd minutes long yesterday, because the vision started coming in during that live stream. But this one right here, we can't change it. You can't change because change is still happening. This type of change has just begun. And the rulers of this world, they don't like it. They do not like this change that's coming, but this change is greater than them, and they have absolutely no control over it. That's why it's getting pretty ugly. They're trying everything to stop it, and they can't stop it. It literally, we are at the point where it is impossible to stop the chain of events. Okay, we have a chain. The chain of events, things that have been holding us in bondage. Okay, there's been a chain of bondage, chain of events that held us down, that had been thus occurring. This is changing it. You're still going to be chained. Still going to be chained. Okay, that's what I'm going to tell you. But the big chains that you had, you're still going to be changed, a change of events. They can't change it. You're kind of like exchanging one for another, but it's tied to this rider. That rider has a chain that it is behind it too. It's pulling something with it. It's got a chain attached. Somehow there's a chain in the back of this. This sounds so weird, you all. I'm sorry, but I'm just letting it flow in. It's got a chain that is behind it, and it's going down that fork, and it's dragging. The chain is very long. It's very long, but it's not as I'm seeing an old chain that was thick, really thick. If you know the lengths of a chain, the lengths of the old chain were really thick. They were gray. They're light gray, kind of like a primer in a spray paint can. Light gray. They were thick, solid. That's what I'm seeing on that road. And this is what I'm seeing right here also. On this road, I'm seeing a great big chain that is solid, and it's a light gray, like a primer that you would spray on a vehicle. That's what I see on this road, and that went right there. But the rider on the horse, it has come to a fork in the road. It made its own fork, and great change is coming. And behind this horse is a smaller chain, but this chain, it's like stainless steel or something like that. And I'm seeing on this chain, I'm seeing like, you know, when you heat something up, it has the redness still to it. Like I'm seeing a reddish bluish tint on this chain. It's like the links of the chain are forming as the rider goes. The links are forming, and you can still see them. They're fresh out of the furnace. Sorry, that's the word that came in my mind. But you can't stop the trajectory. You can't stop the trajectory. That horse is riding right there. And there is a knight. There is a knight on that horse. And it's a fresh chain. Stainless steel, like it's still hot. I can see it. I can see. I feel unsettledness in my spirit now. I do. Because there's a dirt road in front of it too. There's no vegetation where this rider is going. There isn't. It's just dirt. It's like a powdery dirt. Nothing grows there. I'm not gonna dwell on it anymore because I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look anymore. With my mind's eye, I'm not. But we cannot change it. We can't. And it's doing a total recall, which is it's going to look good. It's going to look really good because you You know, people don't want to continue down this descent into darkness. They don't want to see on the other side of the chessboard where you have all the darkness just standing there and stuff. But there was a chess move that happened yesterday morning when the ominous energy flowed in. It's going to look good, but there's, it's going into, I'm not going to say the word. Yeah, the word abyss came into my mind too. It flowed in. It's like we're going into the abyss. It's law and order. If you think of a fork in the road, you can think of a tuning fork, right? Your tuning fork. It's doing fine tuning also. It's fine tuning the world to how it wants it. It's the other end of a tuning fork. While its end goal is to, as I said, I wasn't going to look, but it just keeps coming. I can't stop until it stops. Its end goal is to bring balance to, it's forging the other side of a tuning fork. It is. Look at this, is in the shape of the V. It's in the shape of a V. It reminds me of the Vril, the coming race. That was inside the earth. We read the whole entire book on here. It's in a podcast. And they're very strict. They are. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying no more. I'm going to end the video. I'm not going to look anymore. It's not that I'm looking with my physical eyes. It's my spirit on the inside. I'm looking through spiritual eyes, and I'm seeing and sensing it. I'm seeing it with my spiritual eyes. It's like, it's literally manifesting in the spiritual realm. I'm not like looking at a curtain and I'm seeing something right there. No, I'm into the, it's in the spiritual realm that I'm seeing this. It's a new chain, and as the rider rides, and the links are hot. It's smaller. It's stainless steel. It looks stainless steel. And I can see the one path right now. I can just see a great big long chain. Great big long dark chain. It's like a light gray. It's got real thick links, and it was just going down this road right here, and this just disappears. There's I don't see no rider at all. All I see is the rider that's right there. And it's just started on this fork. And every step it takes, the road is a dirt road. It makes a path through the desert, more or less, or something. I don't know what it's doing. I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. It hit your comment, Barbara. Don't be surprised. It's hiding lots of comments. It's whatever it is only allowing certain comments. Even on that video last night, I think there's like maybe 9,000 views. There's like 100 comments or something. And I noticed there's a lot of multiple same person with comments. They're hiding probably 90% of the comments that would have been on that live stream and would be in the comment section from last night's video, the Up Close It's AI. I know some people are saying it's a mask. I'm not saying that they don't have masks. They do put the mask on. But that video that he was in, that he did the presentation that we're watching on the TV and stuff like that, that was artificial intelligence. It was AI generated. And if you stood long enough, if you watch the video, it was 1 hour and 17 minutes. 1 hour 17, see there's the number 17 again. 1 hour 17 minutes and 20 seconds. If you stood, why do I want to say stood? If you would get off your bottom, quit sitting and start standing up, you'd be able to see better than you can sitting, okay? Some people are sitting and they need to stand up and take a closer look. If you would have took a closer look at that video, what we were showing, there's a reason I zoom up really close so you can see that it was looked like it was all painted, and it was painted by artificial intelligence. It was artificial 3D avatar is what it was, an artificial intelligent being created by AI. If you would quit sitting down and stand up, you would get a better look. You've got to open your mind. Open AI. Open AI. Open an eye. Okay. Like open an eye. Open AI. Open AI. Just one eye. And it's just a one and it's an eye. Open AI. The great eye. The great eye of Sauron. Now I would call these spiritual downloads. I would call what I did. Some people would call what I did a spiritual download. Okay, there's your spiritual download. It's still coming in. It's hard to, once you connect to the spiritual realm, it's hard to turn the flow of information off. It's like, because you're a conduit. It's hard to stop it because it's going to come whenever it wants. It literally does. If you are a conduit in the spiritual realm, you can't stop it from flowing in when there's information, because you can't stop information. It's constantly flowing. And it feels like the information that is in the spiritual realm, it's literally gushing. It's gushing. No, I don't want it to gush into me like that. I just know. I don't want a big gushing of energy, of information. I just literally sensed a great big gushing of, that's too much. That's too much at once. No, I'm literally seeing a big gushing of energy or information, and it's like water. You know, when you have water and you put up a blockade and it just stops there and it just swells, that's what it did. It's not moving. It's not. I can see it. It's not moving. I shouldn't have said that. I don't mean I don't want it gushing all in. Okay, now I got to speak out to the spiritual realm. I don't want it all gushing in at once. It's not say I don't like being a conduit, but I didn't want that. I don't want that much information coming into me all at once. You can smooth it out. Smooth it, yeah. Just smooth it out when it comes in. Hold on, you all. I can't end this until this. I know this sounds really strange, but this is what I'm seeing with my spiritual eyes. I don't want the information is very sensitive. It's delicate information. You don't want to say you don't want it gushing all in, because it has to. Okay, that's the thing. It has. It's there's so much that has been held up. It has to literally come in like a wave. Is what it has to do. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to just literally straighten out. Okay, it's flowing. It's flowing smoothly. I just, you know what I did? I envisioned it in my mind as it moved, a steady stream of water flowing. Okay, it is flowing. I can see it flowing like a steady stream, just flowing of water, like energy. Just flowing. Information, energy. It's life-giving water. It is. It's life-giving water. I spoke too soon. And it is life-giving water. Information. I'm going to go. I held back this part of me. I just want you to know, since 2018, I did not let my spiritual side, I capped it. I did. I capped the spiritual side of me to where I would not tapped into it because I was doing spaceships and stuff like that. And no, I had to take the cap off. Took the cap off. It's just gone. It's thrown away. I'm going to go. With that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. This was a different live stream, just like yesterday morning with the chessboard. There is a rider on a horse. It's a knight, and it's there's a fork in the road. It's made that fork, and it's got a big chain that is behind it. It's a total recall. The links of the chain they look like stainless steel, but they're freshly heated up. You can see I can see the blue on it. I can still see the blue on it with the chain, and it's going. There's a dirt road. It's making its own road. There's nothing growing. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all. You may see more of these type of videos, and I have to say whatever comes out when I'm led by my spirit, the Holy Spirit within me. Whatever you want to call it, a spiritual download, a live spiritual download, you can call it that, but it's literally, it's coming out, it's in real time. That's what's happening in real time in the spiritual realm. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Thank you all for your comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you don't mind, and hit that subscribe button, and thank you all.